Sometimes the smallest moments reveal the biggest hearts. This story began on a cold Saturday morning in a busy downtown bakery. The smell of fresh bread drifted through the air as customers lined up, holding little number slips in their hands, waiting to order birthday cakes, pastries, and coffee. Among them was a young woman named Sarah Miller. She wasn't dressed fancy, just an old coat and tired shoes, but her smile was gentle. She held the hand of her son, Noah, who kept staring through the glass at a chocolate cake covered in blue frosting. His eyes sparkled as he whispered, "Mom, do you think it will taste as good as it looks?" Sarah smiled. "I bet it will, sweetheart." Inside, she was nervous. She had been saving for weeks, every tip from her diner job, every coin from the jar at home. This was going to be Noah's first real birthday cake in 3 years. 7 years old, an age where every little thing matters. When it was her turn, she stepped to the counter and asked softly, "Hi, can I get the small chocolate cake with blue icing, please?" The cashier typed quickly and said, "That'll be $25. Sarah froze. She thought it was 20. Her heart raced as she pulled the money from her purse, wrinkled bills and coins, but it came to only 20. "Maybe I miscounted," she said with an embarrassed smile. "Can we do half the decoration?" The cashier sighed. "I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't have half sizes." Noah looked up at her with innocent eyes. "It's okay, Mom. We can just get cupcakes instead." Sarah's throat tightened. "No, honey, you deserve your cake." But reality hit hard. Rent was due tomorrow. The electric bill still unpaid. Finally, she whispered, "I'm sorry. I can't afford it today. Maybe next week." She gave a tiny smile to the cashier and turned to leave. Noah followed, trying to stay strong. He didn't cry, but his silence broke hearts around them. Behind her in line stood Mark Benson, a billionaire known for his ruthless business deals and luxury lifestyle. He was there incognito, wearing jeans and a jacket, waiting to pick up a cake for a charity event. Mark had built an empire from nothing, yet, even with all his money, something about the scene hit him like a memory he couldn't ignore. He remembered his own mother years ago, crying quietly in a grocery store because her card was declined over a $5 bill. He remembered the humiliation, the helplessness, the pain of pretending everything was fine. And suddenly, he knew exactly what he needed to do. When Sarah and Noah walked out, Mark stepped to the counter. "Can you tell me what that lady was buying?" he asked. The cashier hesitated. "Just a small chocolate cake, sir." She had to cancel. Mark pulled out his card. "Make it the biggest chocolate cake you have, with blue frosting and write Happy Birthday Noah." The cashier blinked. "Yes, sir." "And deliver it to the address she wrote on the order slip," Mark added. "Tell her, it's from a friend." A few hours later, Sarah heard a knock at her apartment door. She opened it and gasped. There stood a delivery man holding a huge, beautifully decorated cake. Her eyes filled with tears. "This must be a mistake." The man smiled. "No mistake. It's for Noah. Paid in full." And there, taped to the box, was a small white envelope. Sarah opened it. Inside was a note written in clean handwriting. It said, "Every child deserves a birthday cake. Someday, when life gets easier, help someone else the same way. From a stranger who believes in you. Sarah covered her mouth, overwhelmed. Noah screamed with joy. It was the happiest birthday of his life. Weeks passed, but Sarah couldn't stop thinking about that note. She didn't know who the stranger was, but she prayed for him every night. Then, one afternoon, she got a call from the same bakery. The manager said, "We had an unexpected resignation. One of our regular customers recommended you for the open position. Are you interested?" Sarah was stunned. She had no experience, but she said yes. Within days, she started working there, washing dishes, taking orders, learning how to decorate cakes. She loved it. The customers loved her warmth. Her boss noticed, too, and within months she was promoted to front desk manager. Life was still hard, but for the first time in years, Sarah had hope. And every time she saw a struggling parent, she remembered the kindness of that mysterious man. Meanwhile, Mark Benson's assistant asked him one morning, "Sir, why did you spend so much time arranging deliveries last month?" Mark smiled faintly. "Sometimes, you need to remind yourself why you work so hard." He didn't tell anyone what he'd done. Not the media, not even his foundation. Because true kindness, he believed, should never be for credit. A year later, on Noah's 8th birthday, there was another knock on the door. Sarah opened it to find the same bakery delivery man holding another cake, blue frosting again, and a small card. She smiled as tears filled her eyes. Inside the card was a single letter, M. Each year it happened again, different delivery man, same handwriting, same letter. Sometimes the cakes had toys on them, sometimes a message like "Keep believing." Sarah never tried to track the sender. She didn't need to. She wanted to honor the kindness by living it. She began baking small cupcakes for her neighbors' children, sometimes giving them away for free. The local community started calling her the Cake Lady. Soon, a small food blog shared her story. Within days, messages flooded in, people offering to help, to order, to share love. Her little apartment kitchen became a home bakery. Sarah named it Noah's Promise, a reminder that kindness grows when shared. 3 years later, something unexpected happened. A sleek black car pulled up outside her shop. A man stepped out in a tailored suit. Sarah didn't recognize him at first. He smiled warmly and said, "I'm looking for the owner of Noah's Promise." "That's me," Sarah replied proudly. The man nodded. "I heard you make the best cakes in the city." He ordered a cake for a charity event. Chocolate, with blue frosting. When he came to pick it up, he handed her a check far larger than the price. Sarah gasped. "Sir, this is too much." He said, "Consider it an investment." As he turned to leave, she noticed the envelope he left behind marked with the same letter, M. That's when she realized who he was. Her eyes widened. "Wait, you're the man who..." He smiled softly. "No need for words. You already paid it forward." Then he walked out, disappearing into the city crowd once more. That evening, Sarah lit the candles on a cake for Noah's 10th birthday. They sang, laughed, and shared slices with neighbors. And when Noah blew out his candles, Sarah whispered, "Remember, my love, when you grow up, always be someone's M. Sometimes, kindness doesn't need cameras, followers, or fame. It needs one person who notices another's struggle and decides to care. We may never know how far a single act of love travels, but somewhere out there, it changes a life. If this story touched your heart, share it. Because kindness is the only thing that grows when you give it away.